So the pelvic floor muscles, like most of the muscles in the body, are made up of tonic muscles and phasic muscles. So your tonic muscles are your red meat muscles. Those are your stabilizers, your endurance muscles. And then you've got your phasic muscles, which are your fast twitch or the quick movement muscles. So we're going to be addressing both with this exercise. These are just isolated pelvic floor muscle contractions on their own. We're not trying to contract any other muscles at the same time. When you're doing these exercises, especially the long holds, which we're going to get into first, I want you to think of your pelvic floor muscles like an elevator. Instead of sprinting all the way to the penthouse, I want you to think about stopping on each floor of the building. So it's a slow, controlled lift, because what's going to happen is if you put all your effort into the first 2 seconds, your muscles are going to fatigue and you're not going to be able to hold the contraction for as long as you'd like. The other important thing too, and I alluded to this before, is breathing. What I don't want you to do when you contract these muscles is hold your breath or bear down. So keeping your breathing normal is very, very important here. I do have patients that struggle a lot with that. So something you can do if you feel comfortable and you're in privacy, if you sing a song or you talk out loud while you're doing these exercises, it forces you to keep your breathing normal. So Rachel, what I'm going to have you do is I want you to tighten the muscles, your pelvic floor muscles, okay? So, and we'll all do these together. We are going to hold for 5 seconds, relax for 10. We're going to do 10 repetitions, and I just want you to keep your breathing normal, okay? So go ahead and hold. Perfect. Breathing stays normal, and rest. And hold. Perfect. Nice breathing, and rest. And hold. Beautiful. Keep holding and rest. And hold. Awesome. Keep holding and rest. That was 4 reps. We're going to do 6 more. And hold. Excellent. And rest. And hold. And rest. And hold. Good. Nice breathing. And rest. If you see Rachel, her breathing is staying normal the entire time. She's not holding her breath when she's tightening. And hold. 2 more seconds. And rest. We're going to do 2 more reps. And hold. Beautiful. And rest. And the last one, hold. 2 more seconds and rest. Perfect. Okay, we'll do the full rest. Just as important as tightening those muscles is resting those muscles. So if holding for 5 seconds, resting for 10 is a must. The other thing that I want you to notice as well is when Rachel was tightening those muscles, she wasn't squeezing her butt cheeks together. That's not the same thing as a pelvic floor muscle contraction. So just make sure that you're not squeezing your glutes. So we just addressed the tonic muscle contraction, the long holds. Now we're going to address the phasic contractions or the fast twitch. So for these, breathing becomes even more important. I don't want you to try to coordinate your breathing with the muscle contraction. I do have patients that have a tendency to do that, and they end up looking like this. That's obviously not normal breathing. I don't want to encourage you to do that. So the tip that I gave before about singing a song, reading out loud, I want you to do those things if you need to do that so that you keep your breathing normal. That is the take-home message here, is breathing must stay normal. So Rachel, what I want you to do is we're gonna do muscle contractions like we just did, but I'm gonna have you hold for a second, relax for a second, hold for a second, relax for a second. So think about a light switch, right? On, off, on, off. Because the muscle contraction is so fast compared to before, you're probably not going to be able to hold as high, and you're not going to be able to relax as fully in between. But what I want you to think about is that smooth transition between on, off, okay? All right, ready? Okay, so go ahead and hold, relax, 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 hold, relax. Two more, hold, relax. Last one, hold, relax. And again, what she's doing is she's taking these muscles and she's pulling them together. Think about the bottom of that bowl coming up. That's what we're trying to do. We're sucking things in instead of letting them out.